Today I want to talk about the consequences of quiet quitting and how to fix it. All right, so quiet quitting is something that I have heard a lot of my clients talk about when they are in job situations that they're not happy, but they feel stuck. And I think this is something many people can relate to, especially today. So we're unpacking, again, something I'm hearing about more and more in my sessions, quiet quitting. Gen Z and millennials, this one's for you. But honestly, it's for anyone who's feeling burnt out, unseen, or overworked. So before we jump in, I want to tell you guys quickly about my coaching program where we go deeper than surface level tips. We work together to reconnect you to your purpose, career goals, and emotional well-being in a world that's constantly evolving. If you've ever asked yourself, is this really what I want in life, in work? You'll want to stick around. And don't miss the free gift I'm dropping in the description. It's going to help you find clarity and direction no matter where you are in your work life and help you find your purpose, because I feel like there are a lot of people out there who are searching for their purpose. So check the quiz in the description. So let's start. I had a client, I'm going to call him Marcus. He came to me a few months ago. He was clocking in at work, hitting his targets, attending the meetings, but inside he says he was like numb, not angry and not even sad, just kind of done. He stopped giving extra effort and stopped speaking up in meetings and kind of stopped reaching for new opportunities. And when I asked why, he said he just didn't really see the point anymore. And it felt like no one was noticing or caring about, the things he was doing. So let's look at the consequences of quiet quitting and let's break it down. So for employees like my client Marcus, quiet quitting feels like reclaiming sanity in a toxic environment. But long term, it can become self-sabotage because you miss out on growth, development, connections, and your spark starts to dim. You're no longer building something, you're just getting through it and going through the motions, and who wants that? And for employers, the cost is real. Decreased productivity, slipping morale, a culture where innovation and ownership disappears, team members pulling back emotionally, and it creates like a ripple effect that drags down the whole organization and energy. I talk about energy of the workplace. I've seen it over and over again. Managers that get blindsided when a talented employee disengages, not realizing the silence was never apathy. It was like a cry for meaning and for purpose, right? So what's the fix? Not just for leadership, but for you. If you found yourself in this quiet quitting cycle, what can you do? Here's what I think works and what I tell my clients, and it's not just the usual wellness webinar stuff, right? Purpose mapping, okay? Purpose mapping instead of performance review. Employers need to, I think, stop measuring just output and start having conversations about alignment. What lights you up? What makes you feel like you're doing something on purpose? And career soul searching is very transformative, and it's one of the things that I do with my coaching members. And then autonomy. Letting people lead projects, giving them ownership over things and helping them feel fully engaged. Emotional debriefs. Yes, this one's real. Once a quarter, I think people should ditch the data reports and have a real check-in. Ask what's working for you emotionally, what's draining you, and start to create safe spaces, because honestly, most of us spend most of our time at work. It needs to be a safe, supportive space. Another thing I think is important is micro acknowledgments. This goes far, recognizing not just big events, but personal thank yous, a Slack shout out, a note of appreciation, a well-worded email. People remember being seen far more than they remember their bonus. Okay, maybe not. They remember the bonus too, but you get what I mean. People need to feel acknowledged, okay? This is important because you're not meant to shrink to survive. But the world won't always hand you purpose. You have to seek your purpose. You have to reignite curiosity within yourself. You have to advocate for yourself. And ask yourself, what am I building here? And if it's nothing, it may be time to either speak up or move on, right? So what if quiet quitting is just the symptom? What if the real question is, how do we create spaces at work, in life, where people feel valued, inspired, and heard? So, my coaching program, the Empower Your Mind membership, was born just from this very question. And it's where we get real about burnout and apathy and unspoken ambition and start to create and craft a life and career that truly resonates with you and helps you feel like you're living in alignment with your purpose. So, before you go, grab the free gift in the description. It's a purpose check-in tool. So it's a quiz on how you find your purpose and what's next for you, whether that's a career pivot, deeper engagement where you are, or a whole new path forward. Take the quiz in the description. Okay, so let's sum this up. Quiet quitting. Quiet quitting doesn't make you broken. It makes you human, but you don't have to stay stuck. So let's build something together. I invite you to check out you get 14 free days in my Empower Your Mind membership. So check it out. See if it works for you. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.